Hey guys, Rosebud Simmer here today with another Sims 4 house building video. Today I'm going to be showing you one of my original house designs, which is going to be this small little cute desert house. It's kind of, I can see maybe like one sim or maybe a couple, something like that. Some maybe, yeah, I'd say probably a couple since it is one bedroom. But it's really this cute little small house design that I had this idea kind of pop in my head one day. I had a sim that I had in mind to play with it, so that's kind of why I built it, and I decided to film it because why not? So, anyway, so this is kind of the general floor plan, and I really like this idea of having like a little porch inside. Like, I just think that's so cute. Like, I love it. And then I also wanted to put like these big windows so that you could see it out in the city, because I think, as you'll see in the screenshots later, there's like this really pretty kind of like city view. It almost kind of looks like Las Vegas to me. I mean, I don't know, I've never been there, but that's what I would imagine it would look like. And I went for kind of like a dark, like a lighter wood and like kind of bright walls. Like, it's a really fun, cheery house that I could see maybe a single, like I said, single sim, maybe a female, but I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want. You can change the interior, of course, but, and I really like the idea of having like kind of this glass, not glass, mirror backsplash sort of thing in the kitchen, because I think it makes the space look so much bigger, and I just liked how light and just, I don't know, it just looks nice to me. I don't know, and like the counters, and I liked how the cabinets were lit up. And sorry this video is so fast, by the way. I thought it was going to be slower, but that's okay. But anyway, I put a fireplace, which I don't know if that would get much use, considering, you know, it is the desert, and I don't think they need fireplaces, but it's still, it's cute, and it's small, and it looks modern, just like the rest of the house I tried to go for. And then I went for this bright blue wall, just because I thought that would really look nice. And as you'll see, I'm kind of a sporadic builder. I'll build one room for a little bit, and then I'll go out and start randomly doing the roofing, so sorry about that if it's a little confusing to follow, but and then I did a couple of these diagonal half, what are those, like gabled roofs. I did that, and I did the best I could to make them kind of fit that. It's not diagonal, it's just more of like a weird shape that the roofing doesn't really fit, so I tried my best to do it that way, and I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, yeah, I think it was okay. And then I was changing the wallpaper in the kitchen, because that's just something I like to do. I feel like it makes it, you know, a little bit more separate, especially in a room like this. And then it was kind of hard for me to do the sofas, because I found that sometimes this is an issue with a lot of the couches in this game, that like it'll have a sofa but it won't have a love seat, or vice versa, and so it's hard to find ones that match. And I didn't want it to look too bland and like plain, and I didn't want the furniture to be too, because I thought this house would be, you know, unique, because I feel like it has probably a unique sim that lives here. And then here I'm just doing the bathroom. I tried to go for more of a modern feel again, but you know, it is a bathroom, so it's pretty modern already, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, but and then it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to put above the toilet. I think eventually I did put a shelf. I think I put a shelf above the toilet, but as you can see, I'm now back in the living room because I can't ever decide what I'm doing. And that desk will get moved eventually, because I figured it was just too crowded for my liking. So I wanted to be nice and open, because I feel like this is where, you know, some of the entertaining would be, but more of it will be in the backyard, as you'll see a little bit later. And then, unfortunately, the bedroom was super small. Like, I did not mean to make it that small, but it just ended up being that way. So it also took me a while to figure out the colors that I wanted to do, like the wallpaper and the bed. It was really, I think I did settle for red in the end, but I think I changed the shade of it a bit. I don't even remember. Honestly, I built this house like, oh, just kidding. I went with tan. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks since I built this house, and I'm just now doing the voiceover for it. So yeah. Now I'm onto the porches, and I don't think I'm going to start the backyard yet, but I'm going to start, you know, at least a little bit with the outside, and then changing the fencing. Yeah, there's really not much to be said about that. But, and then the artwork, too, was really hard for this house, because there's just, like, so many options that all could have looked nice, but I really, really wanted to have that beach painting. Like, I love it so much, and I feel like it fits so well with the living kitchen kind of area. And then it was really hard, because I couldn't find a dresser that fit in there, and it was just, as you can see, I was just having such issues. Like, I could not make it fit and make it look nice, and I was getting kind of annoyed. So I think and then I tried putting a table there and putting like shoes under it. Like, I thought that'd be kind of cool to do, as you'll see momentarily, but just kidding, I went back to the kitchen. I like to put little random things in the kitchen, and like a little coat hook and things like that. So anyway, what I did end up going with is I decided to do I put the computer in the bedroom, and then I decided to do kind of like an open closet sort of thing, I guess. I don't even know if you'd call it a closet, but basically it's a bunch of clothes racks just at the end of the bed with some shoes, and I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cute, you know, like, especially if it's one sim who lives here, maybe they don't have like a ton of clothes, so it'd work that way. I don't know, I thought it was cute. So that's what I did. And then I also love me some blinds. I like to cover the windows if at all possible, just because I feel like that's more realistic, because me, like in real life, I like to have blinds and things, and like curtains. So ultimately, I like these curtains in the living room, as you saw for like 5 seconds, but I like that they kind of gave the idea that you could close them, or you could leave them open, and then for whatever reason it's still nighttime while I'm doing the outside. I think I forgot to turn it back to daytime. But okay, here's where I put the shelf, and I like to put just like little knickknacks and stuff in there. And then I put a backpack on top of the counter, like by the cabinet, because I thought, you know, whoever lived there probably would grab their stuff and go before they left in the morning, so, you know, that'd probably be where they put it, that sort of thing. And then I also like the grass in the window. I like doing that. I think that's cute. And yeah, so ultimately, after I moved the desk with the computer, I feel like it opened up the room a lot more, and I just kind of left it as that open space, because, I mean, you know, you don't need to have things crammed into every corner of the room, you know. And then I was trying to figure out things to put on top of the fireplace, but it all just kind of looked weird, so I just left it. And then I kind of put, you know, a little office space right here at the computer, put a calendar, and I thought, you know, a little corkboard would be kind of cute and that sort of thing. So maybe this sim works from home, or maybe they just like to have a nice office space. I don't know. Whatever they want to do. Then I put a speaker or a stereo in there because, you know, it's kind of a party area, I'd say, or like at least somewhere to have people over. And then I did some rugs, which I usually take forever to choose rugs, so I'm really proud of this. Like, I did not take very much time to choose them. Usually I'm like back and forth and trying to decide, but now I'm just trying to make the front porch a little interesting, maybe somewhere for people to sit or hang out. I've really been trying to use more of the outdoor furniture because I don't really use that very often. Like, honestly, I never really cared about the yards, but so now I'm going to start working on the backyard. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to have like a fenced area and then have another fence, like, oh, excuse me, like, if that makes sense. And I wanted to have like a little pool area in that fence because I just thought, you know, it'd be cute, but then also kind of have it separated. So that's what I did. And then I was trying to make a little, I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to make a little area for like a table and chairs, but then I just decided to just put them on the grass because, you know, I mean, we have that at our house, and I think it's really nice because it gives it that little, you know, like you're at a table, but you're outside, and I don't know, it's just nice. And I actually remember trash cans, which is an accomplishment because I usually don't, so I was really proud of that. And then another thing I like to do, I like to take these yoga mats and pretend like they are like, you know, sunbathing towels or something. So, I mean, your sim could go out and do yoga, or they could, you know, just have it there for looks. And then also, I really wanted to use a slip and slide because I never use that in like any of my builds. I think it's such a cool thing to have, but I never use it, so that's what I did in this one, just because, you know, I mean, why not? You live in the desert, it's probably hot, so you can have a slip and slide. And then just like a little garden space, just because, you know, whoever lives here might like to garden. And then I think I put a little hose on the side of the house, just because, you know, I thought that'd be cute, somewhere for them to keep their things. And then I just added a couple palm trees around, because this is, like I've said, a desert area. And then I was trying to figure out some like the shrubs to put out there to make it look more natural, and ultimately I kind of just left it. Like, I mean, I've never really been to a desert, I don't know what they have, so I just kind of made it up. So there we go. Here's the screenshots. Here's the front of the house, which I have to say is pretty adorable. Here's just another side view, which I do like how much space is in the front yard, because it, you know, you could always improve upon it or add more to it as your sim lives there. Here's just the view of the chair, the living space, and a little bit of the inside. Here's just that porch that I did inside, which like I said, I really like the idea of that. I want to do that more. Here's the kitchen, which I love because it's so small, but it has everything that you need, and it's just so cute. And like I said, I love the mirrors because it just makes it look so much bigger and open. And there's a bit of the living space, like the view if you were standing at the stove, you could see into the living room. And then here's if you were sitting on the couch, you could see the TV and the video game console. Goodness. Here's the bathroom. There's nothing really to say about that. I mean, it's a bathroom. Here's the bedroom, which, I mean, it's not my favorite room, but I do think it definitely, you could have done a single bed if you wanted it to be for one sim, but I wanted them to have the option of having two, like having a double bed. And then there's that closet I was talking about, which I really think that worked well. I'm really proud of that. I like that a lot. Here's the little barbecue area, little grill, and it has the tongs, which, you know, that's what you need, I guess. Here's, I really like the backyard because it's really an entertaining backyard. You have the fire pit, and you have the tables, and the slip and slide, which, like I said, I love it in this build. It's awesome. And then here's the pool area, which has just about everything you could want in a pool. I mean, look at that. It's amazing. And then, so here's just like an overview of the backyard. And I do think that there are pictures of the view. Yep, here we go. So this is what you'd see, not necessarily out the window, but that's just what is around your house, which I just thought, see, like you can see the house right there, and then the city, which I just thought that was cool. Maybe like a little house in the suburbs, and there's the floor plan. So there we go, guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon for another video. Bye!